So, if you may notice, um, I am still, I'm still pretty sick, but it feels like to me that it feels a lot worse than I did this morning when I did or this afternoon when I did the Marlins video, and leaving the house where the weather temperature just keeps changing. I think it's severe allergies, or I just have a nasty cold, or God forbid a flu, because I don't have COVID. If I don't have COVID. I'm negative for COVID, so that's at least good news. But I did say on social media that I don't know if I'm going to do a recap. I don't know if I'm going to do recaps tonight, but I'm going to push through this one, and I'll see how I feel regarding the Heat recap. That was also a really good game, but I want to talk about this game first because it happened first and it ended first, and I feel like it's more important to talk about the Dolphins than the Miami Heat. So it's a quick scoring summary. It all comes down to defense and defense. So we learned this morning that Tua was not going to play because of his hip injury. And the person that has to step in for Tua is Tyler Huntley, the best candidate for it. And Tyler Huntley played one of his best games of the season against his former team, mind you. He was waived by the Cleveland Browns early this season, and he was picked up by the Dolphins, I believe week 3, before week 3. And then we're talking about the starting role with Tyler Huntley against the Tennessee Titans, which you already saw the vlog, which is downright miserable to be at that stadium to begin with. But we go up against Dorian Thompson Robinson, who had a miserable game, and I feel like his team kind of let him down because of the fact that he's trying his best to keep the team alive, but Jerry Judy, he kept dropping the football. So it's kind of his fault that the team is not doing so good, and they just could not convert when the down was needed, especially in the second half when it's important for Cleveland to make a bounce back. But it's even more important for the Dolphins to keep ahead against the Browns. But it starts off with the Miami Dolphins football. A lot of penalties already against the Dolphins. A lot. Some of them were costly. We got the first down. It was called back because of unnecessary roughness by Isaiah Wynn. But the down was enforced. And then we punted because there was a fumble by a terrible O-line who fumbled it again. And they blamed this on Huntley for this one, which is typical. So second and 19, and they just could not get the first down. What I love is Tyreek Hill is getting the football. He is indeed getting the football, not from Tua. So that's amazing to see. It's absolutely awesome to look at. Browns come out, 3 and out. Nothing to say here. This drive for the Dolphins, Tyler Huntley passes short left for Tyreek Hill for 10 yards. Good start. That gives them the first. They're not going to huddle, and the pass was incomplete for Jonnu Smith. But first and 10, Tua pass short for Jonnu Smith for 12 yards this time. So great play. And great throws by Tyler Huntley. Achane losing in yards, second and 11. Achane going up for 3 yards. Third and 8, Achane caught a deep pass from Tyler Huntley, but that was called back because of a hold against Brewer. So no play, which is unfortunate because that was a big first down that they got. Third and 18, pass short for Achane for 12 yards. Fourth and 6, Jason Sanders kicked a 54-yard field goal, and it is through with a little bit of a goalpost assistance. It bounced off when the football was just barely went through from a little bit of an inward upright, and it bounced off into the thing. So good. That was a great kick by Jason Sanders. I mean, awesome. This possession took 14 plays for the Cleveland Browns. Goes up for 23 yards from the kickoff return. Dunn was reported as eligible. Thompson Robinson for Atkins for 2 yards, 2nd and 8. Thompson Robinson for Atkins again, this time for 11 yards. 1st and 10. Ford goes up, losing a yard. Great play by Brooks. However, second 11 pass was incomplete for Woods. However, a pretty pathetic holding call against Storm Duck. So that gives Cleveland the first down. That's why I put zebras. Ford goes up for 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Strong goes up for 4 yards, 3rd and 2. Thompson Robinson goes up for 2 yards all himself, and he got the first. Thompson Robinson passes incomplete for Judy. I mean, he keeps dropping the football, and that's just the beginning, unfortunately for him. So 2nd and 10, Strong goes up for 5 yards. 3rd and 5, pass short for Judy. This time he does catch the football, and he got 15 yards out of this play. Ford goes up for 19 yards. They're in the red zone. They're in business, Cleveland, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. The possession carries over to the second quarter. Ford goes up for losing 2 yards. 2nd and goal. Pass was incomplete. There was a illegal formation, which was declined. 3rd and goal. Ford only got 2 yards out of it, and they have to settle for a field goal at the 7 for a 25-yard field goal. Hopkins nails it. So Cleveland ties it up. 3-3, and that would be the only score Cleveland Browns have scored in this game. There's a pattern with the Dolphins for a few possessions. You start good with throwing the ball to Tyreek Hill, and then you go nowhere after that. Tyreek Hill is getting the football, but they're not getting first downs. Absolutely frustrating. However, our defense is doing their part. 3 and outs. Thompson Robinson fumbled the football, and it was recovered by Brooks. However, it was not backwards pass. It was a forward, so it was incomplete anyway. And then the next pass was incomplete for Thrash, and Cleveland punts it. Again, just like what I said earlier, start the football towards Tyreek Hill, good play, and then nothing since. The next possession for the Cleveland Browns starts at their own 5. Foreman goes up for 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Foreman again for 4 yards, 3rd and 1. Foreman for 5 yards. That gives him the first. Ford goes up for nothing. There was an injury, but then there would be a penalty on Taylor for a holding. So that backs him up at the 10. 1st and 19. And Robinson passed deep for Judy for 17 yards. So they're close to getting the first. And then the next play, Foreman does get the first down for 6 yards. However, the next play, Thompson Robinson made a big mistake trying to intend for Judy, but it was picked off by Dotson at the 50, and Miami picks off the Cleveland Browns, and we get the football back. However, after the interception, he took his helmet off, and which is according to the rules, you cannot do that. That is considered unsportsmanlike conduct, and he is responsible for it. And that backs him up at the 35 when it was meant to be at the 50 because it's a 15-yard penalty. It just sucks. No fun league, apparently. And yet, when some players do it, okay, it's clean. No problem. You can do it. Just inconsistencies, you know. This one, though, a 3 and out. Penalty on Armstead. Offensive hold, and we got absolutely nothing out of that one, as Huntley would get sacked for 7 yards by McGuire, and we got nothing to show for it. 4th and 19, we punted. Terrible. Cleveland Browns drive. Foreman goes up for 4 yards, no huddling because it's below 2 minutes. Foreman for 7 yards, first down. Incomplete for Foreman. 2nd and 10, pass short for Moore for a yard. Excuse me. 39, passing to Strong for 8 yards. Timeout by Miami, which wound up being a good decision because Foreman tries to form. Cleveland goes for it, and they were stopped right there. It was tackled by Bell. Great tackle and a great job by the Miami's defense. Great job. Next possession, Huntley passed short for intended for John Smith, which was picked off. However, in the process of picking off, Emerson was grabbing the face mask of John Smith. His arms are all over his helmet to get in to pick it off, and which that is a no no. That is a no no, which would be a pass interference on Cleveland. We got the football back, and we were able to make good plays. Tyler Huntley after that passing it to Malik Washington for a great 12-yard play. Timeout Miami with 21 seconds left. Huntley passed short for Malik Washington for 7 yards. Final timeout for Miami. Huntley passing it for Washington for 9 yards. The clock is ticking, though, so they have to hurry despite the football. And Huntley was able to do so in time. And Sanders kicked the field goal to make it 6-3 Miami. And it's good. We lead 6-3 at the half. Starting off the second half, all defense for Miami. And we were able to pull through somehow, some way. It starts off with a 3-and-out for Cleveland. The next drive for the Dolphins, it's a touchdown drive. Huntley passed for Hill for 13 yards. However, while Tyreek Hill was running, he got caught with the face mask by Emerson. So that adds 15 yards off of that play, which was a 13-yard rush. At 15, that's 28 yards. Pass left for Washington for 13 yards. Great job. Another first down. Mostert goes up the middle for 2 yards. 2nd and 12. Huntley passed for Tyreek Hill just for 4 yards. And then third and 8. Tyler Huntley passed deep right for River Craycraft for 16 yards. And he catches it for the first time, for the first down. 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 13. Huntley, nobody was open. So the only choice for him is to scramble up to right, and he dives with his arm to the end zone, and he scores a touchdown for the Dolphins to make it a 16-3 game for the Dolphins. Amazing, great job by Tyler Huntley. Great awareness too. The next possession by Cleveland is a 3-and-out. There was a penalty, and this is where intentional grounding become a factor for Thompson Robinson. At least 3 happened in the second half. 3. So it's a 3-and-out. The Dolphins, we did 3-and-out as well. Huntley got sacked during the third down. The next possession by Cleveland, Foreman goes up for 3 yards. 2nd and 7, Thompson Robinson goes up for 9 yards. That gives Cleveland the first. No huddle. Strong goes up for 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Foreman goes up for 5 yards, and another penalty on hands. That's a bad call. I'm sorry. That's a terrible call. Thompson Robinson goes up, losing 3 yards. And how about Calais Campbell? Calais Campbell probably played one of his best games in this season for the Miami Dolphins, and he has shown why he belongs in the NFL even at the age of 37. What a beast. 2nd and 13, Thompson Robinson gets sacked by Emmanuel Ogbah, and Ogbah forces a fumble, and it was recovered by hand. They fumbled it, and the Dolphins recover, and we got the football back, which is incredible. What did we do? Nothing. We didn't even get the first down, so it's a 4-and-out. The 3rd and 5, Huntley, scrambles, trying to get the first down. He lunges his arm with the football to try to get the first down. Miami challenged it, and they said the call stands. So, a bad challenge by Mike McDaniel. They went for a fourth down, and they got stopped by Bush. I don't know why you pitched to Achane right there. That is a terrible play call by McDaniel, and he should take accountable for it. And Frank Smith, they both should be held accountable for that decision. So Cleveland, at their own 38, start off. Pass for Atkins for 11 yards. Thompson Robinson incomplete. Miami challenged it because they felt like there was a. It felt like the ball was thrown backwards, which it wasn't. Clearly, it was a forward pass. So the Dolphins lose another challenge. So 2 challenges. two challenges by Mike McDaniel, and he loses both of them. You got to do better than that. I don't know who's making these decisions to get McDaniel's attention, saying, "Hey, look, this is not good. You need to challenge it." And that was a bad challenge. Another poor challenge by Mike McDaniel, and it's just I don't know why. He only won the challenge 4 times in the head coaching career. Not good. So 2nd and 10, Strong goes up for 19 yards, and that is just pathetic defensive play. 1st and 10, Thompson Robinson incomplete. 2nd and 10, Judy for 6 yards. 3rd and 4, another first down for Judy for 9 yards. This is where I got pretty upset. Judy caught the football, losing yard, and he got tackled big time by Jordan Brooks. But yet right there is for some reason that is unnecessary roughness. Are you joking? But I mean, just the kind of day I'm having. Look, does this look like unnecessary roughness to you? Look, he just slams it down. So what? A lot of players do that. And McDaniel really upset. And he has a right to be upset. That was one of the worst calls I've seen this season. I don't complain much about the officiating, but right there, all of us have a right to complain, because my God, that was a bad call. That was a really, really bad call, bro. Really bad call. And they got another first down. 5 seconds left. Foreman goes up for 5 yards. That will end the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter comes up. Robinson passing complete. And then 3rd and goal. Foreman goes up only 1 yard. They went for it on 4th down, and pass was incomplete for Judy. And Cleveland turns the ball over. That was a big defensive stop. And then the Dolphins winds up with a 3 and out. Nothing to talk about there except for a kick out of bounds. Or Neal was out of bounds, and he comes back in during the return. There's just nothing crazy about it. Excuse me. Another 3 and out. Another 3 and out for Cleveland. The 2nd and 8, there was a penalty for illegal motion, and then 2nd and 13, there was a intentional grounding. The 2nd of the game for Thompson Robinson, and then there was a loss of down. And that's it. There was they punted. There was a penalty on Neal for an offensive hold during the return. Nothing to talk about there. This one, also not much to talk about there. They had 8 plays, 32 yards with this possession. Most searchers cannot find anything. Huntley, though, scrambles, gets sacked, scrambles again, and he is scrambling. This is well coached by McDaniel, and it's also, he took the notes from Lamar Jackson, which is amazing. The type of thing I love to see from our quarterbacks. Unfortunately, he got sacked, and that was intentional grounding on the 3rd and 7 play. Or no, it wasn't intentional grounding. It was offensive hold, which was a decline call. Cleveland has the football. Pass was incomplete for Moore. Thompson Robinson for Judy for 9 yards. 3rd and 1. Strong middle for 2 yards. They're not huddling. Pass was incomplete. 2nd and 13. Or 2nd and 10. Oh my word. Incomplete. And oh my goodness. Their 3rd intentional grounding of the game for Thompson Robinson. The 3rd. The next play, it was to Atkins for 15 yards at least. But 4th and 15, that pass for Woods for 3 yards, and they did not get it. They just did not get the first down at their own zone. And Miami with a beautiful field position, 1 yard away from the red zone. Jeff Wilson goes up for 2 yards, and then this when Cleveland starts calling a timeout. Next up, Huntley does pass to Tyreek Hill for 13 yards. Cleveland calls their second timeout. Wilson losing a yard. Cleveland calls their final timeout. The next play by the Dolphins, Huntley passing it to Jonnu Smith for 7 yards, and he scores to ice the game for the Miami Dolphins. He iced it against the Cleveland Browns, and the final score would be 20-3. The Cleveland's next drive is 12 plays, 53 yards. Atkins for 5 yards. Foreman not huddling, rushing up for 2 yards, third and 3. Thompson Robinson for Judy for 4 yards. First and 10, not huddling. There was a pass to Strong for 2 yards. Strong got hurt after that play. Hopefully he's okay. Second and 8, pass for Atkins for 5 yards. Third and 3, Thompson Robinson pass short for Judy for 5 yards. First and 10, Thompson Robinson short left for Whiteheart for 8 yards. Second and 2, passing deep for Judy for 17 yards. So they're in business to at least get some consolation. First and 10, pass for Judy for 5 yards. Second and 5, incomplete for Atkins. Third and 5, incomplete for Woods. And then fourth and 5, the final play of the game. Fourth and 5, that pass was incomplete for Moore. And that's it. The Dolphins take the knee, and they win this game 20-3 in Cleveland. And they are still alive in the playoffs because earlier in the day, the Giants, the New York Giants, finally got the first home win. And they did that against the Colts. With the Colts loss, the Colts have been eliminated from playoff contention. So no matter what they do, they cannot go to the postseason, which is huge for the Dolphins and for the Bengals. But who wants it more? Who wants it more? That's the question. Both teams with 18 first downs. Third down efficiencies, the Dolphins only got 2 from 11. That was struggled. Fourth down, only 0 for 1. Cleveland 0 for 4. The rushing plays for the Dolphins definitely played a passing definitely played a role with 206. Cleveland with 162. Cleveland's rushing is better though, 114. Miami only 74. The total yards is Miami with 4 more yards than Cleveland, 280. They have 276. Let's see here. There was 1 interception thrown and one fumble, both by Thompson Robinson. and the Dolphins capitalize big time. Penalties, 11 for 94 for the Dolphins, but 8 for 84 for the Browns, which cost them big time. And with this win, we're still in the postseason because, once again, the Giants beat the Colts. And yesterday, the Broncos actually fall to the Cincinnati Bengals. So everything's going our way so far. The only thing left to do is win their final game against the New York Jets, and that's going to take place at the Meadowlands. When I look at the temperature, it's going to be excuse me. It's going to be, let's see here, 36 degrees. If it's at 1 o'clock, it might not be so bad. No precipitation, so we're not expecting any rain. The winds, I think it's going to be windy. So we'll see what happens when Sunday comes. I'll do the preview sometime this week, but I got to recover first. This is nasty. I'm sorry for coughing. I'm sorry for my voice once again. This is disgusting for me. So I'm going to try to get better, I promise. Because I need to get better. I love doing what I do, and I'm not going to be able to do it if I can't work. Because you guys mean a lot to me, and I'm going to continue to push myself to make these videos, whether my body likes it or not. But I may or may not do a heat recap tonight because my body is telling me I have to go to bed. But we'll see what happens. So that's going to do it for this video. I did do this recap. I'll see if I can try to do a heat recap tonight. If not, then definitely tomorrow. Whether I like it or not. So that's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content because Miami TV guys are back. When he does, hit it right there with you for your time you deserve. This is Miami TV channel, folks. Good night.